Hey, what's up? My name's Phillip Bevers. I'm the sound designer and the editor for the Unsymmetrical project coming out of Char-Len Studios with John Coughlin. And today I'm here to talk and walk you through some of the process that we've been doing in the post-production section of making this whole project work. Yeah, so let's dive on in. So what I've got here is actually the Unsymmetrical episode 3, which is really episodes 4 and 5 of the Unsymmetrical, because we've been splitting up all but one of our episodes into 2 parts. That way we can really tell the story a little bit more detailed and a little bit more immersive than without that. Going in one episode just to make sure that we don't want to make them too long, we don't want to make them too short, make them just the right amount of time so that you can give your audience members like you and other listeners enough time to really let themselves be immersed and envelop themselves in the world while also not getting bored. So within this episode we've got 3 different sections. This is in terms of how we've been editing things and how I've been editing things, sitting down with John over the last 8 or 9 months. I've got 3 different sections here in color coding. In magenta, we've got all the dialogue tracks. That's all of these guys right here. In the green, we've got all the SFX that you can see is pretty bare on this side, but when you get over to this second part of the episode, you get a lot more sound effects, a lot more of that world immersion, and a lot more of that interaction with the world on a sonic level. In the orange here, we've got all the scoring and all the musical bits. Right down here is grayed out because those are sections that aren't being used anymore. For this, it's being able to divide it up into different color-coded sections helps me as an editor a lot, and especially in the bouncing and the exporting process, to understand what exactly, each section. While we're doing the final mixing, we mix with 3 different tracks with dialogue, SFX, and score to really be able to find the right levels to keep everything immersive while keeping everything clear and crisp on the dialogue level. I can actually show you another episode that's in the middle of being color coded and organized still. This is episode 4, which is also going to be a 2-parter. So I believe that's 6 and 8 with an extra episode kind of tucked in there in the middle. With this, you can see it's a lot more blue. We've got a little green here. We got a little magenta here. Got a yellow in there, new color. But with this one, we're still in the middle of doing the final mixing and the final processing for it. So it's not been fully color coded yet for our final export and mixing process. But to go back to episode 3 here, I can actually let us listen to some of this guy, and we can kind of hear what we've been up to in terms of the immersion level that I've been talking about. So let's take a listen.
I relish every step I take that leads me to your entry. Your odor rises from the threshold of your gate to greet me. With trembling hands, I open wide your portal and step inside to witness you. Imprisoned in a wide and massive beaker jar.
So as you can see there, we're really following this character, Lorna, as she's outside of a lab, walking through a dark dungeon kind of basement, and then going into a scientific laboratory. You hear all those sounds of the electronics, you hear the bubbling beakers, you hear everything like that. So that's really the world we're trying to take everyone into, going from these more relaxed, more subtle environments where they may just be talking in a regular common room, and then when we get into each character has their own monologue or reverie section where they go through memories of what brought them here, of what brought them together. And this is one of those sections where there's characters going through a memory of being in a dark mad scientist kind of laboratory. And yeah, it's been really, really fun to go through this process. It's been one of the longer and more in-depth, more detailed projects that I've done on a sound design, sonic level that is entirely sound, and no visual aspect of it as of right now. But yeah, I mean, it's been a really really fun process. You know, we've been at it for about 8 or 9 months now. So this really is our creative child, if you know what I mean. Uh, but yeah, I'm really really excited for it to come out. Thank you again for watching and listening, and excited to see what you guys think. Thanks again.